Thanks, Mike. Super great. The Wizards of Water at ProEdge. So appreciative of you. All right, so we're reversing roles, and I'm here with the fabulous, the notorious Mike Rust, who I call the Wizard of Water, here to talk about what we do when we're going to reopen, to go back to work after COVID. What do we do with our water lines, Mike? Let us know. What do you think's the first step?
Great question, Jill. And I would say, you want to make sure that your water is safe. So let's say you're going to go in June 1 and start. We recommend you get there the week before, because you're going to want to shock all your Dental Enhancements water lines. You want to shock every air water stand, every high-speed handpiece, every Cavitron. You want to try to shock the slow-speed lines. Some of those have water. If they're not capped off, if the water's just turned down, you want to shock those and really clean them out. And you probably, if you're using a commercial product, that product may require 3 nights in a row of shocking after. We recommend following their instructions for use. If you're using bleach, you could do it 3 times in a day if you really wanted to, because it takes 10 minutes, 1 to 10 diluted bleach. You can go to our website, ProEdge Dental /shock, and get that protocol. And there's a pretty cute video with Kelly and Kelly. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, that's great. Super helpful.
How to shock. That's helpful. But there is one.
And what's the indication? Like if the water's been sitting there like 30, 60 days now, like what can be the indication if you just rush back in and you don't test every dental chair water line? What can happen?
Sometimes you may notice foaming in taste at the air water syringe filler if you're using a tablet or a straw. With certain products, that's kind of an indication that it is time to shock. But really, I think the most comforting green light you can get is an actual water test result that you document. You're all about documentation, aren't you, Jill? So,
yep.
You want to get a good water test before you see your first patients. You want to get a passing one, and you might want to show it off a little bit in the short term, or maybe from now on out. Maybe that's the new normal. We all show off our infection control procedures from here on out.
Oh my God, for sure. Don't you think? Focus on infection control, and then definitely make it be in the spotlight. Wasn't there also an article in like the New York Times about buildings and water? Tell us about that.
Concern about potential Legionella in basically stagnant water in building or premise plumbing. If you haven't been in your building and the water's been sitting for weeks or months, it's a great idea. So the guidance in that article was from Canada. Health Canada, I think, came out and said, we suggest that you flush your building lines by turning on all the faucets for a half an hour, so you can smell the bleach, and that'll give you some comfort that whatever potential biofilm was growing in the premise plumbing. That's a good idea. I even talked to Dr. Shannon Mills about that, kind of like the godfather of Dental Enhancements water lines, and he concurred that that's good advice. Go ahead and run your premise plumbing, run your faucets. He even said flush the toilets a few extra times too. Get all the water moving. Get that, because the city water's coming in with chlorinated water that will help take care of those potential things. So you're flushing out.
Cool.
That may have a potential Legionella concern.
I know, infection control is so top of mind. I know from our clients, what happens if an office goes back and they might have some kind of a weird water setup? I love that they can call ProEdge. So tell us about your 800 number and how you guys help to coordinate all this and make people feel a little more, a little better about their water.
It kind of started that we got a lot of people testing their water, sending us their water. We'd send them their results. The results included some failures. The national rate by Molinari, Nancy Dewhurst articles, there's only about a 70% pass rate on treated dental water lines. And so 30% of the time these people were failing, we started calling them to give them advice. And what we ended up doing was having to learn about all the different products out there, following their instructions for use. If you follow the instructions for use, they all can work really good. But it's a good idea to verify it. We recommend that you test your water quarterly. There's a new in-office product called Quick Pass that makes it cheap and quicker. And then yes, no matter what product of ours you use, even if you don't use our products. Even if you just want to talk, you can call us. We've got Kelly and Carly and a whole team of people who can take your calls and help you sleep better at night knowing that your water is safe.
Oh my God, I call it water talk. You know, it's like when you're in a quandary about your water, you just call the ProEdge 800 number, and it's just so great. It really does help so many people to get peace of mind and to really feel grounded that they're doing the right thing with water. And then they can move on with the rest of their responsibilities for infection control. But wow, what a great resource that is. I rely on it so often with our clients because, you know, there's so many products out there. You don't know if you're doing the right thing, but the wizards at ProEdge always know. Thanks, Mike. Thanks so much for the talk. And totally appreciate you and ProEdge. You guys are doing such a great thing for dental community. Really appreciate it.